right, for your Hayward Salt systems, when the pump is running and the no flow is a solid red, that means that the flow switch is broken and needs to get replaced. You will not be producing chlorine if your pump is on and it's running, which it is, and you got a solid light here where it says no flow. This right here is your actual flow switch, right? That gets lefty-loosey to take it off, righty-tighty to put it on, right? And then there's an old school follow the wire. I already followed it, and it comes all the way up and it gets plugged into here. It's a old school phone jack. So there's two parts to replace it. You have to, and I'll demonstrate, but you basically have to take, I'll get this. You have to take that out. That's the phone jack part. You have to replace this, and we're going to do that in a little bit. And we're going to make sure that we get this back up and running for the weekend. All right, so I got the replacement flow switch. You're going to need some Teflon tape and also a good pair of slip pliers, okay, to get this off. But let's open this up. All right, this is what the flow switch looks like, okay. As the water is flowing, it depresses this and it lets the system know that there's water going through the system, and it activates it, and it lets the salt system know to start producing chlorine based on your output. When the water stops, it's a safety mechanism so that you're not producing chlorine without water flowing it back into your pool, because then you just get a buildup of chlorine gas. So that's what this does. Sometimes this gets calcium like buildup on it. Sometimes this will just crack and snap, or sometimes it just gets defective with age. We'll see what the situation is once I take the old one out. But that's what this is. And you also have some arrows. Okay. And we're gonna take this one out lefty-loosey, put this one in, and when you rotate it, you wanna make sure they actually rotate the arrows. You can almost see them on the old one, but they're black. That this has to be facing the flow of the water. Okay? Right, so that the water can deactivate this right here. Because if it's backwards or sideways, it's not going to work, but we'll get into that, okay? That's part one. Part two is we have to get the phone jack out, right? So all right, it's gonna, boom, that's the phone jack, right? You have to depress this, and to put it in, which we'll put the new one in, and you'll hear a clip, boom, it clipped in. Now it's not gonna come out, so get that, boom. So I'm gonna play around with this a little bit, and a lot of this is taped up, so I'm gonna get this thing out of here. And I'm gonna have to end up cutting, so I'm gonna cut this off because it's like really tucked in here, and I'll get back to the video in a bit. I'm back. I removed all the slack. This is ready to get taken out. You have to turn off the pump. If not, once you let me get in a good position, once you rotate this out, water's gonna come out through the pipe. So make sure that your pump is turned off, and bear with me as I'm trying to do this holding the camera myself. So lefty. Just went, wasn't cracked or anything like that, but just stopped working. Could be something with the wire too, who knows. But let's get rid of this old one. Okay. And now the new one, I'm gonna put some Teflon tape on it. About 3. It comes with, this is not really tape, looks like paint or something. But let's see. So right. That's enough. Okay. And remember, as we tighten this, there's arrows. You want to make sure that when you're done tightening it, it actually stops with the flow of the water going through the pipe. Okay, so let's see how this works with one hand. Let's get it in here. And when you're done tightening it, it needs to be in this direction, right? Because the water is going here. Then there's an arrow. So let me hand tighten this. That's about it. That's on pretty tight. There's not much space left in here. So I got that down pretty low. Most importantly, the water's flowing this way. And I got it on the pipe exactly. Making sure it's 100%. Exactly where it needs to be. So now I'm going to turn on the pump to make sure that there's no leaks coming from here first. Then I'm going to plug this in to the power center and we should be back in action. All right, pump's turned on. Water's going. Let's see if anything comes from here in any direction. So far, nothing. No leaks. Okay. So now we're gonna grab the phone jack. And we're gonna insert it into. Boom. Already starting to flash. That's what you want to see. That's awesome. And in a little bit, boom, back to generating. So we are back on. See you next time.